We're diving into a truly fascinating piece of American coin history, the 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. And here's the kicker. Some of these pennies could be worth thousands of dollars. So, let's find out why. Let's start with the basics. The 1978 Lincoln penny features the iconic design of Abraham Lincoln, created by the talented Victor David Brenner. This design has been used on the penny since 1909 and is known for its distinctive portrait of Lincoln on the obverse, while the reverse features the simple but elegant wheat ears, symbolizing prosperity. Switch to the reverse side of the penny. Now, if you look closely at the 1978 penny, you'll notice something interesting. There's no mint mark. That's because in 1978, the U.S. Mint didn't issue mint marks for pennies from the Philadelphia Mint, where most of the coins were made. Coins struck in Philadelphia during this period were simply marked with no mint mark at all, unlike coins from the Denver or San Francisco mints that carried the D or S mint marks. Cut to the host holding a magnifying glass over the coin. So, what makes the 1978 no mint mark penny worth thousands? Well, the main factor here is rarity and condition. In 1978, most pennies were struck in large quantities, and because Philadelphia didn't use a mint mark that year, these pennies often go unnoticed by casual collectors. But it's not just about rarity. It's about finding one in pristine condition. Zoom in on a 1978 penny in excellent condition. Finding a 1978 penny in uncirculated condition, especially one graded as MS65 or higher, is rare. And if you have one of these beauties, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The condition of the coin is a major factor in its value. Coins that are well preserved with minimal wear and clear, crisp details are the most sought after. Cut to a close-up of an online auction page showing a high-value 1978 penny sale. Now let's talk about value. A 1978 penny in average circulated condition is worth, at most, a couple of cents. However, in higher grades, the value skyrockets. Coins graded MS65 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can sell for around $20 to $30. But here's for a truly flawless coin, one with impeccable details, like a penny graded MS67 or higher. The price tag can reach thousands of dollars. Some of the top sales for these coins have reached over $10,000. Cut to a table with several 1978 pennies of varying conditions. Okay, so how do you spot one of these hidden gems? First, check the condition. If the penny has been circulated heavily, the value will be much lower. The key is finding one in mint state, meaning it's never been used in circulation and shows no signs of wear. Next, inspect the details of Lincoln's portrait and the lettering. Coins that are crisp and sharp with no wear on the high points are more valuable. Finally, take note of the coin's luster and overall eye appeal. If the coin is bright and shiny, it's more likely to grade higher and, in turn, be worth more. Cut to the host talking directly to the camera with a friendly, encouraging tone. Now, let's say you've got one of these rare pennies in your collection. What should you do next? Well, it's important to get your coin properly graded by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. This will ensure that you know its exact value and make it easier to sell to collectors who are looking for high-grade examples. Show examples of online auction sites and coin shops. Once graded, you can sell your coin through auction houses, online platforms like eBay, or even directly to coin dealers. But make sure you're aware of the current market trends, as values can fluctuate based on demand and the state of the coin market. Cut to the host standing in front of the table with the coin collection. So, there you have it. The 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny might just be sitting in your spare change jar, waiting to be discovered. Remember, the key to its value is condition, rarity, and the grade it receives from a professional service. If you happen to find a high-quality one, you could be holding on to something worth thousands. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin hunting tips and history. And, as always, leave a comment below if you've ever found one of these rare pennies, or if you have any questions about coin collecting. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1979 D-Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. a coin with a rich history and some pieces that can fetch thousands of dollars today. Let's explore its story, its significance, and how to spot a rare 1979 penny that could be worth a fortune. The 1979 Lincoln penny, minted in Denver, holds a special place in the heart of collectors. With the familiar face of Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, this penny is easily recognizable. But there's more to this seemingly ordinary coin than meets the eye. First, let's talk about its history. The 1979 D penny was produced during a transitional period in U.S. coinage. The U.S. Mint had recently switched from the old steel pennies used during World War II, and by 1979, the copper-plated zinc pennies we know today were in full production. This coin is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, which gives it its distinctive color and shine. But why is it that this particular penny, minted in Denver, has captured the attention of coin collectors? While most 1979 D pennies are worth just 1 cent, certain rare varieties can be worth thousands. One of the most sought-after versions is the 1979 D wide AM penny. Normally, the letters A and M in America on the reverse of the coin are closely spaced. However, some 1979 D pennies have a rare variety where the A and M are spaced farther apart, a variation that is incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Take a close look at the difference. The wide AM variety is a mistake from the minting process, and it's that very error that makes these pennies valuable. In fact, certain 1979 D wide AM pennies have sold for upwards of $25,000, depending on their condition. Grading is key when determining the value of these coins. A 1979 D wide AM penny in mint condition can fetch tens of thousands of dollars, while coins in lower grades can still command a premium, especially if they show any unique characteristics, like a doubled die or other noticeable errors. At recent auctions, well-preserved examples of the 1979 D wide AM have sold for anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000 or more. But before you go searching through your change jar, it's important to remember that not every 1979 D penny is a wide AM. You'll need to carefully inspect your coins to see if they might be the valuable variety. Here's how you can identify the 1979 D wide AM. Look closely at the space between the A and M in America on the reverse. If the letters are clearly farther apart than on a normal penny, you've got yourself a rare coin. Now, not every 1979 D penny you find will be worth thousands of dollars. But if you're lucky enough to have one with the wide AM variety or another minting error, it could be worth a small fortune. And remember, condition is key. Pennies in excellent condition are always more valuable. If you do find one of these rare 1979 D wide AM pennies, your next step would be to have it professionally graded and authenticated. A grade from a respected organization like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can significantly increase your chances of selling it for top dollar. The 1979 D wide AM penny is a great example of how even a small minting error can create a coin that becomes a prized collector's item. As you go through your coins, remember that history, rarity, and even tiny mistakes can turn an ordinary penny into something extraordinary. So, the next time you come across a 1979 D penny, take a moment to inspect it closely. Who knows? You might be holding onto a coin worth thousands of dollars. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1984 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. This little coin might just make you thousands of dollars richer if you know what to look for. Stick around because you won't want to miss this. The Lincoln penny, introduced in 1909 to celebrate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. By 1984, this penny was still part of everyday life, struck in huge quantities by the Philadelphia Mint, hence the lack of a mint mark. But what makes the 1984 penny special? It's the errors and unique details hidden in plain sight. Here's what you need to watch for. The famous double die obverse, also known as the DDO error. This error occurs when the design on the die is doubled, leading to noticeable doubling on parts of the coin. For the 1984 penny, the doubling is most visible on Lincoln's ear, the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." Look closely at these areas with a magnifying glass or loupe. This could be your jackpot. Check Lincoln's ear. If it looks like there's a second, overlapping ear, you've got something special. Look at the lettering of Liberty. Doubling on the letters is a clear sign. Finally, examine the motto "In God We Trust" for any signs of doubling. If you spot these features, don't just toss that penny back into circulation. It's worth having it authenticated by a professional coin grading service. In circulated condition with noticeable doubling, these coins can fetch $50 to $200. In higher grades, like Mint State 65, prices can skyrocket to $1,000 or more. And if you've got one in pristine condition, graded as MS 67 or higher, you could be looking at $3,000 or even $5,000 at auction. Imagine that for just one penny. Rarity and demand. The 1984 DDO penny wasn't caught during production, meaning only a small number made it into circulation. And with collectors constantly hunting for these elusive treasures, the competition drives prices higher and higher. Start by searching through your pocket change and old coin jars. Visit flea markets, garage sales, or even estate sales. Hidden treasures could be lurking there. And don't forget to ask friends and family if they have any old coin collections they've forgotten about. So, there you have it. The 1984 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny might just be the golden ticket hiding in your spare change. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow coin enthusiasts. And hey, if you find a rare penny, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to celebrate your discovery. Could this tiny coin in your pocket be worth thousands of dollars? The 1968 D. Lincoln penny might look ordinary, but there's more to this coin than meets the eye. Stick around to learn its fascinating history, why collectors are going crazy for it, and how much it's worth today. Let's rewind to 1968, a year of political movements, cultural revolutions, and some big changes at the U.S. Mint. This was the year the Denver Mint produced over 2.8 billion Lincoln pennies, marked with the distinctive D Mint mark. But why does a coin from such a high mintage year hold such immense value for collectors today? The Lincoln Penny series debuted in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. The 1968 D penny continued this legacy, featuring Victor D. Brenner's iconic design, a portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This design lasted from 1959 to 2008. But what sets the 1968 D penny apart? It was among the first coins to feature the mint mark on the obverse, below the date, after a brief pause in mint mark production from 1965 to 1967. Here's where things get really interesting. Some 1968 D pennies are worth thousands of dollars because of rare errors and varieties. Watch out for these. Look for noticeable doubling in the date, the word "Liberty," or "In God We Trust." This occurs when the D mint mark was stamped more than once, creating a shadow-like effect. Coins struck off-center can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the degree of the error. Uncirculated or mint state coins graded MS 67 or higher by PCGS or NGC are extremely valuable. Now let's talk numbers. A regular 1968 D penny in circulated condition is typically worth just 1 to 5 cents. However, coins with rare errors or in pristine condition can command jaw-dropping prices at auction. In 2020, a 1968 D penny with a double die obverse sold for over $3,000. And a near-perfect MS 67 Plus graded example fetched around $5,000. Imagine finding one of these gems in your old coin jar. Inspect the coin's condition. Look for sharp details, minimal scratches, and original luster. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to spot doubling or repunched mint marks. If you think you've found something special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for verification. Even if your coin doesn't have rare errors, preserving it in great condition could increase its value over time. The 1968 D Lincoln penny is proof that even a simple coin can have an extraordinary story and surprising value. So, check your change, raid your piggy banks, and explore your coin collections. You might just hit the jackpot. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment below if we dive into its fascinating history, how to spot valuable versions, and what makes collectors pay top dollar. Let's take a step back to 1991. The Denver Mint was in full swing, producing billions of pennies featuring the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design crafted by Frank Gasparo that had been in circulation since 1959. In 1991, the Denver Mint struck over 4.2 billion Lincoln cents with the D Mint mark. These pennies were made primarily from copper-plated zinc, introduced in 1982 to replace the more expensive copper alloy. So, what's the secret behind these pennies fetching thousands of dollars? It's all about condition, rarity, and errors. Here's what to look for. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC in mint state 68 or higher are extremely rare. Out of billions of coins minted, only a handful survive in near-perfect condition, making them highly sought after by collectors. Look for errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks. A 1991 D penny with a dramatic error can skyrocket in value. For instance, a double die error on either the date, mint mark, or lettering can fetch thousands of dollars. Coins with an original red luster, meaning they haven't tarnished or toned, are also worth significantly more. Pro tip: always inspect your 1991 D pennies under good lighting and magnification. You might just have a hidden treasure. Let's talk numbers. A 1991 D penny graded MS68 red by PCGS sold for a staggering $2,040 at auction. And that's not all. Error coins have been known to sell for even higher. For example, a dramatic off-center strike or a clear double die error could easily fetch between $5,000 and $10,000, depending on the condition and the demand at the time. Pull out all your 1991 D pennies and sort through them carefully. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to check for doubling, cracks, or off-center strikes. Compare your coin to grading standards or consider having it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. If you spot a valuable coin, handle it with care. Use gloves and store it in a protective case. Who knew that a penny could be worth so much? If you've got a 1991 D Lincoln penny, it's time to start looking closely. You might just be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more coin collecting tips and tricks. Happy hunting, and may your next find be worth thousands. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Could this seemingly ordinary penny in your pocket be worth thousands of dollars? Stick around as we uncover its history, key features, and the reasons behind its skyrocketing value. Segment 1. A glimpse into history cut to vintage footage of the 1960s, showing historical events like the space race and cultural movements. 1968 was a pivotal year in American history, marked by significant events like the Apollo space program and the height of the Vietnam War. During this time, the U.S. Mint was busy producing billions of pennies, including the Lincoln cent, which had been in circulation since 1909. Show an image of the 1968 penny alongside older Lincoln pennies. The 1968 Lincoln penny was struck at two main locations, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Pennies minted in Denver bear a small D mint mark under the year. But what about the pennies without a mint mark? These were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not include a mint mark on its coins during this period. Why some are worth thousands cut to a dramatic zoom-in of a pristine 1968 no-mint mark penny. Now, you're probably wondering, why are some 1968 no-mint mark pennies worth just 1 cent, while others fetch thousands of dollars at auctions? Let's break it down. Split screen shows a regular 1968 penny on one side and an uncirculated, rare penny on the other. The value of these coins depends on three main factors: condition, rarity, and errors. A 1968 penny in circulated condition is typically worth its face value. However, uncirculated coins with no scratches or wear, graded MS65 or can be worth hundreds of dollars. Certain coins were struck with extremely sharp details, known as proof-like strikes, or were produced in lower numbers. This is the jackpot. Errors like doubling, die cracks, or off-center strikes make these coins highly sought after by collectors. Famous 1968 penny errors show close-ups of famous 1968 penny errors, like double die obverse and die cracks. One of the most valuable error types is the double die obverse. This occurs when the design is accidentally stamped twice, resulting in a doubling effect on Lincoln's portrait, the date, or the inscriptions like "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Cut to auction footage showing a rare 1968 penny with a high bid. In 2022, a 1968 double die no mint mark penny in pristine condition sold for over $3,000 at auction. Imagine turning a penny into a small fortune. Current values and how to check yours. Cut to a table with approximate values for 1968 pennies. Inspect the coin with a magnifying glass for any doubling or unique features. Check the coin's condition. No scratches, discoloration, or wear means a higher value. Get the coin professionally graded by companies like PCGS or NGC for an official valuation. Fun fact and conclusion. Background switches to a fun trivia-style animation. Did you know? In 1968, the U.S. Mint also resumed producing proof coins in San Francisco, marked with an S mint mark. But Philadelphia's no mint mark pennies still hold a special place in collectors' hearts. Who knows? That penny sitting in your coin jar could be a hidden gem worth thousands of dollars. So, start hunting and let me know in the comments if you find anything special. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss more treasure hunting tips. We're talking about the 1985 D. Lincoln penny, a coin that's not only part of U.S. history but could also be worth thousands of dollars. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's dive in. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, honoring the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1985, the penny featured Victor David Brenner's iconic design on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which debuted in 1959. This particular penny was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D mint mark below the date. That year, the Denver Mint produced a whopping 5.27 billion Lincoln pennies. So, you might wonder, with such a high mintage, what makes certain 1985 D pennies so valuable? Let's break it down. Check for doubling on the date, the word "Liberty," or "In God We Trust." These are raised, irregular lines caused by damaged dies. If the penny was struck off-center, it can skyrocket in value. Most pennies from 1985 are heavily circulated, but if you find one in mint state condition, meaning it looks like it just left the mint, you've hit the jackpot. Grading agencies like PCGS and NGC rank coins on a scale of 1 to 70, and pennies graded MS67 or higher are incredibly rare. A penny with unusual and beautiful toning caused by oxidation can be highly sought after by collectors. Unfortunately, regular circulated pennies are only worth face value. 1-cent coins in this condition are valued at $10 to $30. Now we're talking serious money. These pennies can fetch $1,000 to $3,000 at auctions. Depending on the error type and rarity, error coins can sell for anywhere from $50 to over $5,000. For example, in 2020, a 1985 D penny graded MS68 sold for a staggering $1,495 at auction. And error coins, like a double die, have sold for even more. Here's how you can check your 1985 D pennies for hidden value. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to check for errors or doubling. Look for a penny with minimal scratches and a strong shine. If you think you've found something special, send it to PCGS or NGC for grading. eBay and heritage auctions are great places to reach collectors. Visit your local coin shop for an appraisal. These events bring collectors together and may lead to direct sales. Closing scene. So, whether you're digging through your piggy bank or exploring a collection, keep an eye out for those rare 1985 D Lincoln pennies. Who knows? That humble 1-cent coin could be worth thousands of dollars. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin collecting tips. And let us know in the comments, what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Could a penny in your pocket be worth thousands of dollars? Believe it or not, The 2020 mint Mark Lincoln penny has collectors buzzing. From its fascinating history to rare errors and eye-popping auction prices, this modern coin is one to watch. Stick around to learn why some of these pennies are fetching thousands and how you can spot one. The 2020 Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the two major mints producing pennies that year, alongside Philadelphia. These coins are part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, honoring President Abraham Lincoln since 1909. While most 2020 pennies were minted as standard circulation coins, the global pandemic disrupted coin production that year, leading to interesting variances in quality. This makes the 2020 penny a unique piece of history. Error coins are always a collector's dream, and the 2020 penny is no exception. Some coins feature die cracks, off-center strikes, or even double dies on the obverse with Lincoln's portrait. These errors make the coin unique and highly sought after. Graded coins in pristine condition, referred to as MS68 or MS69 on the Sheldon scale, are extremely rare. These coins show no wear and are nearly flawless. A 2020 penny graded at MS68 or higher has fetched over $2,000 at auction. Some 2020 pennies display inconsistencies in luster and strike due to minting conditions during the pandemic. Collectors are always on the hunt for these oddities. Look closely at the date 2020, Lincoln's eyes, and the word Liberty. If you see any doubling or distortion, you may have a double die variety. Check the rim of the coin and Lincoln's profile for cracks or raised areas that shouldn't be there. These are die errors. Even without errors, a 2020 penny in mint state condition with sharp details, bright luster, and no scratches can be worth grading. Coins graded MS68 and above are highly valuable. So, what are these coins worth today? Common 2020 pennies in circulated condition are only worth their face value. But error coins or high-grade examples can fetch $500 to $2,000 or more at auction. For example, in 2023, a 2020 penny graded MS69 sold for an astonishing $2,250 at a major auction. This is why collectors and enthusiasts are actively searching for these hidden treasures. Use gloves to avoid fingerprints and store the coin in a protective sleeve or case. Consider sending your penny to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A graded coin often fetches higher prices at auction. If you're ready to sell, list your coin on platforms like eBay or attend coin auctions where collectors are willing to pay top dollar for unique finds. So, there you have it, the story of the 2020 Lincoln penny and why it's become one of the most talked about modern coins. Who knows? That penny jingling in your pocket right now could be worth thousands. Be sure to check your change and keep an eye out for those rare errors and high grades. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more coin collecting tips and hidden treasures. We're diving deep into the fascinating history of the 2008 Lincoln penny, what makes it valuable, and how to spot the rare ones that could be worth a fortune. The 2008 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver during the final year before the Lincoln Bicentennial Penny Series in 2009. This 1-cent piece still featured the classic design created by Victor David Brenner in 1909, commemorating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. On the obverse, we have Lincoln's iconic profile, and on the reverse, the classic wheat ears design had already been replaced by the Lincoln Memorial back in 1959. By 2008, this design was approaching the end of its long-running era. What makes the 2008 special? It's not just another ordinary penny. It's a piece of history marking the transition to a new era of U.S. coinage. Now, let's talk about what you're really here for, how a 2008 Lincoln penny can skyrocket in value. While millions of these coins were struck at the Denver Mint, only a select few have caught the attention of collectors due to their rarity, errors, or high-grade condition. Let's break it down. Look out for errors like off-center strikes, die cracks, or doubling. These mistakes make the coin incredibly rare and highly desirable to collectors. For instance, a penny with a dramatic off-center strike can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Coins graded MS67 or higher by services like PCGS or NGC can command top dollar. The reason? It's incredibly difficult to find a 2008 penny in pristine condition with no blemishes, scratches, or discoloration. In rare cases, pennies are struck on the wrong metal planchet, like a dime planchet. These errors are extremely valuable, often worth thousands. Now, let's talk numbers. While most 2008 pennies are worth face value, the rare and valuable ones break the bank. Here's what they've sold for at auctions. These have sold for up to $1,500 to $3,000. Depending on the error, they can range from $500 to over $5,000. Coins with dramatic doubling or rare planchet errors can hit $10,000 or more. So, don't overlook those coins hiding in your change jar. You might just strike gold. Look for doubling on the D mint mark or other features on the coin. Coins with a sharp strike, full luster, and no scratches are the most valuable. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to spot any doubling, die cracks, or off-center strikes. If you think you have a rare find, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to certify its value. There you have it. The 2008 D Lincoln penny might be small, but it holds big potential. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, these coins prove that treasures can be found anywhere, even in your spare change. If you learned something new today or think you might have one of these valuable pennies, hit that like button and subscribe for more coin hunting tips and history. And don't forget to comment below if you found a rare 2008 D penny. I'd love to hear your story. We're diving into the fascinating history, unique features, and current market value of the 1951 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent coin. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, has become one of the most beloved and iconic coins in U.S. history. The 1951 penny was minted during an era when America was rebuilding after World War II and moving into the post-war boom. This particular penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it has no mint mark. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features the classic profile of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse showcases two wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. These wheat pennies, as they're often called, were produced until 1958, making them highly collectible today. Now let's talk numbers. Over 284 million 1951 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, but only a tiny fraction of these remain in exceptional condition today. Most of the pennies you'll find from this year have heavy wear, making high-grade examples very rare. So what makes a 1951 no-mint mark penny worth thousands of dollars? It all comes down to condition and errors. Coins graded as MS 66 or higher by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC are extremely valuable. These pennies must have sharp details, a flawless surface, and original mint luster to reach such high grades. Then there are the error coins. Some 1951 pennies feature rare errors like double die obverse, where the text or image appears doubled, or die cracks, which can make these coins even more desirable to collectors. These errors are what drive their values into the thousands. Let's talk money. In circulated condition, a 1951 no-mint mark penny is worth around 3 to 10 cents. Not too exciting, right? But if you have an uncirculated example in mint state 65 or higher, you're looking at values between $200 and $500. And for coins graded MS 67, some have sold at auction for over $2,000 to $4,000. The most expensive 1951 penny ever sold fetched an incredible $8,400 in a major auction. Does your penny still shine like the day it was minted? Use a magnifying glass to look for doubled letters or unusual marks. If you think your coin is special, send it to a professional grading service to verify its condition. These tiny copper treasures are more than just currency. They're pieces of American history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1951 Lincoln penny is a must-have for its historical significance and the thrill of hunting for that perfect coin. So what are you waiting for? Go check your coin jars, search those old drawers, and don't forget to inspect every penny you come across. Who knows? That 1-cent coin in your pocket could turn out to be worth thousands. We'll dive into its fascinating history, what makes it special, and how to spot the ones collectors are paying big bucks for. So, stick around. You don't want to miss this. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The 2005 Lincoln penny belongs to the Memorial Reverse series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. On the front, or obverse, you'll find Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Lincoln, and on the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. The no-mint mark designation tells us this penny was minted in Philadelphia, as Philadelphia coins often lack a mint mark. In 2005, millions of these pennies were struck, making them seem pretty ordinary until you start looking closer. Why are some 2005 pennies worth thousands? So, what could make a 2005 penny worth thousands of dollars? It's all about rarity, condition, and errors. Let's break it down. Error coins are one of the biggest factors driving up a penny's value. Look out for things like double die errors, where elements like the date, lettering, or Lincoln's profile appear double due to a minting mistake. Another error to watch for is the off-center strike, where the design is misaligned. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for pennies in pristine condition. Coins graded by agencies like PCGS or NGC as MS-68 or higher, meaning nearly perfect condition, can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. Some coins are struck on defective or unique planchets, the metal discs used to make coins. These one-of-a-kind errors can drive their value into the thousands, as collectors scramble to own a piece of history. Here's how to see if your 2005 penny is worth more than a cent. First, check for errors like doubling on the letters Liberty or the date. Use a magnifying glass or a USB microscope for a closer look. Next, assess its condition. Any visible scratches, wear, or discoloration can reduce its value. If you think you've struck gold, or in this case copper, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS. A certified grade can dramatically increase your coin's value. Current market value, so what are these pennies actually selling for? A standard 2005 no-mint mark penny in circulated condition is worth face value, just 1 cent. But pennies with errors or in high grades have fetched impressive sums at auction. As you can see, collectors are willing to pay thousands for these rare and high-quality finds. So, start checking your spare change. Tips for finding and selling your penny: focus on rolls of pennies from banks, as they often contain uncirculated coins. Dealers sometimes sell error coins or uncirculated rolls. Check sites like eBay, but be cautious of fakes or overgraded coins. When it's time to sell, consider auction houses, coin dealers, or trusted online platforms to get the best price. And there you have it. The 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln penny may seem ordinary, but with the right condition or error, it could be worth thousands. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more coin tips and treasure hunting adventures. And let me know in the comments, have you checked your change lately? You might be sitting on a small fortune